Just a very quick one today, guys, going through a few more pieces I've been able to pick up this week. So, with that being the case, and without any further delay, let's get on with the show. Hello guys, yeah, as I say, just a few pickups to go through today. So we'll start off with this one, which is the one piece of copper I have in this little bundle. As we can see here, it's a 1/4 ounce of fine copper, and on the front of the bar right there, we've got the Lady Liberty design that we would normally see on the American Silver Eagle, which is a beautiful coin, one that I've got a few of in the collection. I think we all love an eagle, don't we? So yeah, we've got the Lady Liberty from the American Silver Eagle on that side, and if we flip it over, we've got the national emblem for the United States of America right there, and at the top it says copper 999 fine, and at the bottom it says 1/4 ounce there. So yeah, I love this piece. I think it's absolutely gorgeous design on it. As I say, I do enjoy a bit of copper as a little bit of fun for the collection. Tech the Coin Hunter, who's a great member of the community, put a post on Stackers Social saying that he had a few of these for sale and they were going at a price that I was happy to pay for. So yeah, I sent him a message saying, yeah, put one aside for me and I'll definitely grab that off you. So he's been good enough to send it across. It got here very, very quickly, and as I say, he was selling them for a very reasonable price. I'm not sure if he's still got any more left, but if you are interested, definitely give Tech a message in the Stackers Social Discord server, as I do know he did have a few for sale. So as I say, that's the first piece right there, which is that bit of copper. So we'll pop that just with the other copper items. Just see if we can get it to stand up. There. Where are we? There we go. Brilliant, we've got it. Okay, excellent. So that's the only piece of copper I've got today. The rest of them are all silver. The first one is the next year's design for the Silver Britannia. So it's just the standard Britannia, but this is the 2025 version, which is now on sale at the Royal Mint. So you can see that we've got the standard Philip Nathan design of Lady Britannia right there. It's the same as it normally is, usually every single year. You've got the radial backgrounds in the shape of a wave at the background there, and you've got Lady Britannia with Union Jack shield in one hand and trident stretched out in the other. The legend around the coin reads Britannia 2025 1 ounce 999 fine silver, and the other side is, once again, we have just the standard Martin Jennings depiction of King Charles III right there, with the usual legend that reads Charles III, grace of God, King, defender of the faith, £2. So as I say, a very standard coin in that one right there, but it is next year's issue, and I do like to collect a date run of the Britannias. So that's next year's Silver Britannia sorted already. I don't need to worry about that now. And the next piece I've got right here is this one right here, which is the next issue in the current Myth and Legend series, which is based upon Beowulf. And as you can see right here, we've got Beowulf and Grendel's mother. On the last, which was the first issue in the series, we saw Beowulf facing off against the Grendel. He's obviously defeated the Grendel, and now he's fighting the Grendel's mother right there. At the bottom, we can see that it says 1 ounce fine silver, 0.999. It's a very interesting design. I think it's very accurately dressed for the period. I think the Grendel's mother's depicted very, very well. If I was going to say anything about the design, it is maybe a little bit busy. There's a lot going off on this scene right there. But personally, I like it. It's something that I enjoy. I'm a big fan of the Beowulf story from when I was a child. So yeah, I think it's a great design. I'm loving the Myths and Legends series. I've got both the previous series, the Robin Hood and the King Arthur, and yeah, this is now the second in the current series, so we've got one more of the Beowulf series left to go. And if we flip it over once again, we won't go into too much detail because it's exactly the same obverse as we had on the previous coin, which is the standard Martin Jennings depiction. The reverse right here was designed by artist David Lawrence, I do believe. So yeah, I think he's done a fairly decent job on designing this coin. It may not be for everybody, I completely understand that, but I personally am quite a fan of the Myths and Legends series. So likewise, we'll get a little stand and we'll pop that at the back right there. And moving on, we've got definitely the nicest piece in this little bundle. It's another piece from the Korean mint. I've definitely been bit by the Korean Today mint, and I just can't stop buying their beautiful 2-ounce silver stackables at the moment. So the one I've gone and picked up today is this one right here, which is Mjolnir, and you may know that better as Thor's hammer. We've got the God of Thunder, Thor himself, at the top of the hammer right there, with an absolutely exquisite Celtic style design to the background of the, I always like to call these bars, I'm going to call it a bar, to the background of a bar. I think it's kind of like an artisanal bar, isn't it? So yeah, we'll call it a bar for today anyway. And at the bottom we can see that it says Mjolnir in both Celtic runes right there on the left hand side and in English right there on the right hand side as well. Mjolnir was created for the god Thor by one of the dwarves, Sindri, who created it as part of a bet he was having with the trickster god Loki. Now Loki obviously didn't want Sindri to win the bet, so what he did is he turned himself into a fly and he kept buzzing around Sindri's head to try and put him off from what he was doing, and he actually did succeed in doing that. And in doing so, what he did is he caused Sindri to break the handle of a hammer, so it's a lot shorter than it should be, so which is why Thor's hammer has such a short handle on it. A war hammer should have a much longer handle than that, but it actually broke when it was being completed. But Sindri did such a fantastic job of putting this together for Thor that despite that, it was weighted and it could be wielded so very well that Sindri actually ended up winning the bet against Loki. He was supposed to have won Loki's head as the prize, but the trickster god pulled another trick and said that yes, you have won my head, but you may not cut any part of my neck, as that still belongs to me, thus stopping Sindri from being able to cut Loki's head off of his shoulders. What Sindri did in response was to sew Loki's mouth shut, so it didn't turn out too well for the trickster god Loki. But Thor definitely was able to pick up a fantastic hammer through the whole debacle. But yes, if you're ever wondering, that is the story of how Thor got his hammer, and it's just an absolutely stunning piece. It really is. As I say, you can see a few of the other Today mint pieces at the back there, and the next one I've got on the list to pick up is the Egyptian Ankh. I've secured myself the St. Michael's sword now, so that's going to be added to the collection as soon as I get it across. It's going to take a little while because it's from somebody in America, so it's going to take some time for me to get it across from there. But yeah, the Korean Today Mint 2-ounce stackables collection is definitely getting bigger, and I'm really happy to have the Thor hammer as part of my collection, purely because you may know, if you watch the Stacks Chats, I am personally a big fan of medieval history, especially that pertaining to the Vikings and the Viking invasion of Saxon England. So yeah, what a very nice piece to have for the collection. But that's the last one I've got to share with you all today, so we'll get another little stand as per the other ones, and we'll pop that with the other stackables at the back right there. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Which was your favourite of the pickups? Are you a fan of the coins? Do you, like me, prefer the Mjolnir stackable? It's definitely my favourite today. I'd have to say number one for me would be the Mjolnir, number two would be the Grendel's Mother, number three is the standard Britannia, and then that leaves us with the 1-ounce copper bar as number four. But as I say, definitely let me know in the comments what order would you put these pickups in yourself if you were to add them to your stack. But I've probably rabbled on for long enough now, so I am going to leave you all in the usual fashion by saying, until next time, as always, look after each other, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.